As expected, OPT rode the upward wave like a lot of the market for an uplifting April. And almost exactly on cue, stronger selling began upon contact with the upper 30s, giving a short-term bearish advantage to return price back towards a bearish to neutral posture. Nonetheless, ocean power fishies keep swimming around since it's rapidly advancing its contract with the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, moving from award to deployment in under 4 months, according to CEO Philip Stratman. As mentioned last time, it's already delivered its first operational system, with a second nearing installation and a third in progress, while live data streaming has begun. Stratman explained that this fast deployment model allows the company to convert demand into active systems quickly, which is critical for recognizing revenue. By deploying systems efficiently, the company avoids tying up capital and inventory and ensures backlog execution translates into financial performance. Looking ahead, Stratman highlighted rising global demand for persistent maritime monitoring, driven by geopolitical tensions and commercial needs. He pointed to strategic waterways like the Strait of Hormuz as examples where real-time surveillance is increasingly vital. Demand is also expanding beyond defense, with sectors such as insurance, port operations, and infrastructure management seeking reliable monitoring solutions, reflecting a broader shift toward ocean security as a global priority. Over in corn country, poor Gevo did indeed get a breather at the $2 boundary, but the necessary bearish catalyst jumped on it with more than enough selling volume. To the point now where even a sudden rush of buyers would have difficulty pushing past $2 again without sustained volume above 5 million, similar to the start of March, making a continued slide through 160 more likely, given that the bearish catalyst that drove price under $2 was largely from Gevo, withdrawing its loan guarantee application with the U.S. Department of Energy to finance its ATJ-30 Sustainable Aviation Fuel project, opting instead to pursue alternative funding sources. The decision followed discussions indicating that the DOE's requirement for the project to support enhanced oil recovery is not yet commercially viable in the project's region, and that other financing options could better align with Gevo's strategy while potentially accelerating execution and improving returns. Gevo still plans to move forward with the ATJ-30 project, targeted for financing by the end of 2026 at its Gevo, North Dakota facility in Richardson. This site already includes low-carbon ethanol production and carbon capture and sequestration capabilities, which support cost-efficient fuel production. Gevo had previously received a conditional loan guarantee for a larger ATJ-60 project in South Dakota and had been working to shift that support to ATJ-30. CEO Paul Bloom said the company has reduced risks around sourcing low-carbon ethanol and believes it is now better positioned to secure financing that strengthens returns. He added that the North Dakota facility is already generating cash and can help support future expansion in sustainable fuels and related products, providing some reprieve for a rebound later down the line. In the quantum computing corner, stocks related to the possible supercomputers of the future have roared and soared, powered by industry-wide catalysts like NVIDIA unveiling the first open-source AI models designed specifically for quantum systems. Companies like Infleqtion posted notable gains brought about by investor optimism that AI could accelerate the path to practical quantum applications. NVIDIA's new Ising model family targets key technical barriers such as error correction and processor calibration, delivering faster performance and improved accuracy, which CEO Jensen Huang described as critical to making quantum computing scalable and reliable. Beyond market reaction, Infleqtion highlighted broader industry momentum through initiatives aimed at commercialization and collaboration. It's convening industry leaders in Colorado to address challenges such as capital access, supply chains, and open-source innovation, underscoring the need for ecosystem-wide coordination as quantum technology matures. It is also advancing real-world applications, including deploying upgraded quantum hardware to the International Space Station with NASA to enable more advanced experiments in microgravity. Infleqtion reported growing demand across government and commercial sectors and projected $40 million in 2026 revenue, signaling increasing adoption of quantum solutions in areas like sensing, navigation, and secure infrastructure, as the global market moves toward an expected $11 billion size by 2030. So even if price takes a much-needed correction, the prevailing sentiment for now views falling back under the $10 boundary much less likely. While residual resistance from the Head and Shoulders range from the new year could dissipate even more if price can maintain trading over 15 and get a few solid closes in the 20s by the first week of May. In the case of IREN, it's caught up in the middle of an industry-wide shift where crypto miners are pivoting to providing data center infrastructure, giving it a slight bullish boost in the long term during this fairly evenly matched tug-of-war between bears and bulls in the medium term, where the middle is nicely marked by 45. In the short term, as long as price doesn't crash back under 45 and keeps closing over it for the next week, the bullish bias could grow and leave the prospect of more neutral to bearish trading behind. In a similar light, Cipher is rapidly transforming from a cryptocurrency miner into a data center and high-performance computing provider focused on AI infrastructure. Its overall uptrend is being powered by a strategy centering on becoming a, quote, landlord for hyperscalers, leasing large-scale data center capacity to major clients such as Amazon and Alphabet, like AI, cloud firm, FluidStack. However, as shown with the recent shallow downward channel that defined much of this year, the pivot is still taking place in the shadow of Cipher's status as a small-cap company that's not yet profitable. Though more recently, renewed bullish sentiment came when Cipher signed a 15-year lease for a new AI-focused data center campus and secured a credit facility of up to $250 million, representing growing institutional confidence in its long-term strategy. It's also streamlined its business by selling some mining assets while maintaining limited exposure to Bitcoin, leading to the possibility of retesting record-high territory right away if price can close in the 20s at least 3 times by the second week of May, ideally with bullish volume at or above 30 million. If not achieved, it will be crucial to stay above 16 and avoid following the old decline to maintain the newly won bullish sentiment. Besides AI data centers, powerful potential is being whipped up from nuclear energy. Stocks like Oklo and NuScale Power got an extra boost since the White House, through the Office of Science and Technology Policy, launched a major initiative to develop nuclear power systems for space, following a directive tied to U.S. space leadership goals. The plan calls for deploying nuclear reactors in orbit by around 2028 and on the Moon by 2030. With agencies like NASA and the Department of Defense leading parallel efforts in partnership with private companies such as Lockheed Martin and Intuitive Machines. The program focuses on technologies like lunar surface reactors and nuclear-powered propulsion, which are seen as essential for long-duration missions where solar power is insufficient. The initiative emphasizes competitive design processes and private sector involvement to reduce costs and accelerate innovation. While launch providers are not explicitly named, SpaceX is widely expected to play a key role, while companies like Oklo and NuScale Power are relevant because of the growing demand for compact reactors and nuclear fuel. At the same time, the broader nuclear sector is gaining momentum due to rising uranium demand, supply constraints, and increasing energy needs from AI data centers. An undeniable fundamental force that has long-term investors sticking with these newer nuclear stocks, even as their meltdowns continued well into this year.